Hi. Hey, hello. It's Theia again. Welcome back to Garden Goddess Tarot. And today is Tarot Roundup, I guess. I haven't entirely decided, which is kind of dumb, seeing as I already hit the record button. If I'm going to just talk about what I've been up to, practice-wise, or if I'm also going to include the new decks that have come in the last couple weeks / month. So we'll find out. This video will be a surprise. But hey, happy mid-Gemini season. Yeah, the last month has been kind of, I'm in right now. I say this, hold on. I'm just gonna drink some more of my biscuit tea. This is actually monthly favorite, almost of all time. The Yorkshire Gold biscuit tea is so good, and I can't stop drinking it. It tastes like digestive biscuits. It tastes like cookies. Oh. And I love it. And I also got this beautiful seashell mug from the cafe that I go to often. They sell like, not really knickknacks, but like house stuff. Very womanly things. Bath and kitchen clothes and that sort of jazz. And I just couldn't stop thinking about that mug. Every time I went in there, I was like, but I'm like, is it too big? Because it's huge. It fits like a gallon of tea in it. And sometimes that's just too much. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. So we got it, and it's beautiful. And the inside's this fleshy pink color, like the inside of a shell or something. I don't know. It's been going well with like the theme lately. If like the last couple of videos, I haven't been able to stop talking about this. And then one of the new boys this month is also this one. So we're very like the inside of a shell right now, which, is this a metaphor for something? I don't know. But anywho, yeah. So that tea, the biscuit tea, and that mug have been keeping me company, bringing me lots of joy this month. But yeah, no, things have been, I'm not gonna say weird, because things are always weird. Things are always different. I'm never the same. I always think I'm gonna come, I'm like, I have a really good, concise, like, oh, this is what I plan to practice, this is what I did, and this is how it went. That's not really how it's been going. It's like swimming in a sea of curiosity, the waters of existentialism. And sometimes I feel like I'm drowning, but other times I'm basking in the radiance of the sun floating atop them. So it really depends on the weather. But that's kind of how it's been feeling lately, and it's like sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Other times I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. I never want to be anywhere else other than this. So that's kind of how the last month or so has been going. I've also been kind of trapped in my house. I've been having automotive related qualms, which I'm going to stop complaining about because it doesn't really matter. The word of the year, that gratitude word, it's been very centrally focused and important the last probably about 2 months now, just because I've been put in a situation to be very grateful about where I am and what I get to do. So anyway, here. So in that, naturally a squirrely brain occurred and room renovation happened, which I'm sure you can see, and that I am annoyingly spinning on this hilarious chair, which I love so much. So yes, and the video is up if you have not seen it yet. I did a not full revamp. I think it's quite different. I think because it took so long, it took like 2 weeks to do, it felt like it didn't change that much, but it did. It's quite a bit different. It's more functional now, which is nice, and it kind of needed to be done. There were some things that I needed to do that I just hadn't got around to doing, and I'm really glad with how it turned out. So the video on the whole space, so you can have a tour of the space, as well as the process of polishing it up and making it perfect, is there if you want to go have a look. But that took up a lot of my time and energy in the free time that I had this last little while, but really happy with how it turned out. And you know, look after your spaces, guys, and they will look after you. So that's been quite fun. I've also been journaling quite a lot. Actually, I've my day planner. This isn't like a journal day planner. This guy's great. I'm forever will encourage people. The Hobonichi Weeks has been the system. I don't know, maybe it's so similar to like the day books I had when I was in school as a kid, but just the way they're like laid out, it's just so easy to keep my life in order. Plus the discovery of stickers and washi tape just make life so fun. And I've still been pulling a weekly card with the Odyssean Tarot. Like that's, I don't, am I ever going to stop doing that? I don't know. I love doing it so much. The card this week is, oh no, I had Medea last week. This week was Athena, specifically the Parthenogenesis, which is where she pops out of the head of her dad Zeus, all fully formed adult and ready to kick ass and take names. So, which is interesting. So if you think, sorry, tangent, one of the main reasons why Athena is so strongly associated with like wisdom is because she literally gestated in the mind of Zeus and was kind of in the act of being repressed, as one's subconscious kind of is, but then she bursts forth fully formed as this literal goddess of deep internal wisdom. So that's why Athena is a goddess of wisdom, as well as the, you know, she's got, and her mother, Metis was the, another very, goddess of wisdom and knowledge as well. So like that's where that bit comes from. And then she's got her defensive warfare capabilities as she came out brandishing a sword, armored as well. So, you know, a queen. We love her. But anyway, she's my card of the week. And it was Ace of Swords is my weekly card. So that's actually come up in a bunch of places, come to think of it. So yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Anyway, so yeah, she's my card. Actually, I'll show you. I keep the card of the week in the front of this little guy. Because why not? There she is. So this is Athena. Athena Parthenogenesis from the Odyssean Tarot has emerged from the cranium of Zeus. Look at her. Wow. Love that deck. So yeah, that practice is not stopping anytime soon. Really, really enjoy that. And just, I don't know, the structure. I don't think I've ever stuck to anything this long. It's crazy. But yeah, so that journaling, organizing my life in that way has been great and really, really rewarding. It's helpful. It helps take the pressure off, I think. Like, it really does. And like, the reason I do it is it's like a gift to my future self, which is weird because I don't usually give gifts to my future self. I'm very much a give jobs to my future self, whereas my future self is like, yeah. So it's nice. This pre-planning situation. Who'd have thought? Helps. The other kind of journaling that I've been doing is kind of just the put your brain on a sheet of paper kind of journaling. I'll hold it back here. Hopefully you can't read it. But yeah, with some stickery decorations. And I do pick them specifically based on the theme usually. But yeah, just like the more room for words, the better though. Oh, husband is whippersnipping. That man can't be stopped. He's a landscape king. He's just always out mowing the grass in some form or other. But yeah, just words. Lots of them on a page. Corresponding stickery action, and there we go. So that, I started this book, and this is a handy, like, look how thick that is. I'm excited. Lots of pages to blacken there. Now, this kind of journaling is still my favorite. Like, I'm not, bullet journaling in the traditional sense isn't really my jam. I don't know. Like, I've tried in the back parts of this, and it just gets kind of convoluted because my brain is so scattered that it just kind of, having like charts and tables that you like refer back to track stuff, that's not how I roll. And I think the focus on the present moment is kind of difficult to do when you're trying to keep up with past and future versions of yourself when it comes to tracking that sort of stuff. So for me, I'm like, no judgment, obviously, do whatever you want. If it works for you, then like, that's great. Like, I'm so glad. I wish it did. But for me, just in the moment, in the present moment, absolutely brain vomiting all over a sheet of paper, whatever's in there at the time, in a like very intentional active catharsis is the most useful for me. And whether or not I refer back to it doesn't really matter. And I don't know, when they're decorated all pretty, like I might go through this later because like look at how beautiful that is. Amazing. But yeah, just the act of doing feels good. With the stickers and the washi tape, there's a creative aspect to it too that gives me a second to like think about either what I'm going to write or what I have written without too much pressure. Like, it just creates the moments of space for that thought to happen. And it's really nice. It's calming and relaxing and, I don't know, dare I say healing. I don't want to say that too loud, but you know, it's just really nice. It's been great. So I've been doing that. None of those are tarot readings either. Like they're not tarot prompted. They're just pure brain dumpy like mind vomit on on a piece of paper, not prompted by anything other than the moment, which is good too. Like I have a tarot journal that I do too, but that's I feel like it's different. My tarot journaling has a very different flavor than just what I normally write. So anyway, that's been happening and it's been great. Deck-wise, I will talk about a couple that I have been using that aren't new, that are kind of on the older side. Well, kind of on the older side. I got this a month ago. I unboxed this in the last tarot roundup. And this is really good. If you're into, how do I describe this? Because I like it there's like weirdly personal reasons why I like it. But I think also outside of those, it is just good. Like the images that Mr. Ferric Pinter conjured up to associate with the tarot are really, there we go. They're intense. This is an intense deck. It's spacious, it's haunting, it's a little shiny, but that's okay. And it's moody, it's atmospheric, it's everything I love. I love these kinds of tarot decks. And it pairs with a lot of things if you're into and have a lot of painterly type of decks already from that kind of pre-modern era. Oh, it's just so good. I like it so much. Sorry, I'm covering the titles. You have no idea what cards they are. But I don't know. It's a mood. It has a mood. I now have personal associations for it that are just, and you know, it's great. If you're one to not like the thick kind of papery Los Scarabeo cardstock that comes in these boxes, like the newer ones, it's kind of a beast to shuffle. I'll show you. Yeah, it's like you can't bend it very much. I'm trying. I've got strong hands too, so to riffle it, it's really quite difficult. And I'm hoping that with enough time and use, which I'm pretty sure this guy will get, it will break in. They'll soften up over time, but they're still going to be pretty stiff. Like I feel like they're even stiffer than the Murder of Crows tarot, but they could be about the same. But it's perfectly easy to just overhand anyway, so I'm willing to push past the discomfort in order to use it because I like the art so much. But yeah, this one's a me deck and it's gonna hang around for a while, and I really quite like that. So that's a Ferric Pinter Tarot Los Scarabeo, and I don't know why I slept on it for so long. I don't know why. Of course I was going to like it. Why did I wait? What's the matter with me? Welcome back. It's a day or so later. Yeah, camera battery died and I didn't have a backup and life got away from me. So we're coming back for round 2. But it's all good. And this actually gives me a good opportunity to show you guys this in a little bit more detail if you didn't see the unboxing of it, if you're more curious than just me strangely holding them up to the camera. Those are the backs. This is the Ferric Pinter Tarot. And yeah, it's been really good. I've liked using it quite a lot actually. So you get a gist for the moodiness of it. I love that sun card. Oh, I do. Yeah, no, there's a lot to love about this deck for me. It's so funny. Like I've seen this image so many times because of, you know, how Los Scarabeo uses it as promotional material, and it's like burned in my brain. But now it as its own card, it feels better now that like there's a version of it that is the card that it's supposed to be. Oh, this comes up for me a lot. And it has such meaning, so much meaning in that card. Oh, and this one's good too. Anyway, yeah, no, they're really good. I like them a lot. Even the boogery hangman, you know? Anyway, so yes. Ferric Pinter. A fun one. And it's like, it's refreshing when you get to experience a new deck that like feels so very much like yourself. It was a nice treat. The other one of my decks that I've been kind of back at it again with is this guy, which came up in the the tag, the tag, to romance tropes, that's the one. This is the Revival Art 2 Tarot by Taroko Studios, and it's just beautiful. It's a curated art deck, so you either love them or you hate them, and I'm very much on the fence. I feel like I don't want to have too many of them, because that kind of dilutes the kind of potency that they have on their own. So with this one on its own, like as in one of the few ones that's a tarot specifically. As an oracle, I think I've got a bit more leniency, but tarot specific, I feel like just having a few is the way to go. And this one's the one for me until I buckle and get Revival Art 1. And there's actually there's a black and white one that with gold accents that they do that's also on my list that one day I might pick up if I ever get around to. But this one is just fun. So I've been using this one. And it's been like, okay, when like you get a deck, you look at it, it's pretty, surface level aesthetically, it's great, it's good. All of the cards kind of align with your internal meanings of the tarot, everything's good and great. And like, for all intents and purposes, it's a good deck. Like if someone were to ask you, you would say, yeah, that's good. But then when you start to use it and it starts to like, do the thing where it like starts to talk a little bit more than, just an average tarot deck. It starts to like give you the little moments of synchronicity, and you feel like it knows you more than, like, I know it's just a tarot deck and this is, falls into the, do we personify our decks? How do we like interact with them? How do we feel about them and their energy specifically? But there comes a point where certain decks, you feel like just the way that they read, they know you in a different way. And it could be a part of what they've been through with you, the time in your life they arrived with you, the kind of readings you do with them. Like there's so many factors that can impact this particular experience, which is another reason why tarot reviews are so subjective. And really, they're a good way to showcase the internal contents of a deck, but again, it really relies on your experience with it a lot of the time. But anyway, I feel like this deck has got to that point with me where it's like, it's more than just a regular run-of-the-mill tarot. The readings I get from it have more to say to me than, any other. Or, I don't know. I have tons of other decks that do that too in their own unique way. So, I don't know. It's hard to articulate what I'm thinking here. But this one has become special, even though we had a very tumultuous relationship in the beginning. Because there was a time when I was like, this isn't it. But the time came. That relationship formed again. The connection just took a little while to get going. So, yeah. That's this one. I think I chose this as my enemy. Was this Friends to Lovers? Enemies to Lovers? I can't remember. One of those was this one. So anyway, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it's a fun little special one for me, and I've been pulling it out quite a bit lately. There's its lovely bag from Crystal Haven, UK. Oh, I love them. So I guess the bulk of the last couple weeks when it comes to my tarot work has been exploratory in getting to know new decks. So other than those two, which I was kind of going to as my kind of home base regular type ones, I've been in an open to new card related experience sort of way. So I think what started, yes, was it these? I can't remember. I cannot, forgive me, I don't remember the order with which these arrived. Snakes for Hair and Gabriella Hurst. Is that correct? Anyway, this is the Goddess of Love Oracle. No, Tarot. It has been heavily modified by me, though. I chopped all the red borders off because they were too much. So I've shrunk it down to this cute little guy. Actually, do I have here's a normal tarot card size, so she's that much smaller now. But, oops, wrong one. Yeah, so I got to give this one a go. And I spent a good amount of time with it. Most of that time was probably spent modding it, to be quite honest. And I think I went with black edges as well, because that's just, I can't not. I think it needs another coat actually, but it is how it is. But I feel like this one is gonna not give me trouble, but it's gonna take a bit of of getting to know, of figuring out my place with it. And I feel like my place with it is without the context of the guidebook. Which is fine. Some of the images I really love. Some of them I think are great. But you know, others I have questions about, which is fine. But I think it's one I need to approach it as it is, without the I don't know, without the intentions of the guidebook kind of clouding my experience of it. I'm very much a don't tell me what to do unless I'm naked kind of person, and this kind of deck, the guidebook, is, I don't know, I feel like it assumes that I'm naked in this case and is trying to tell me what to do or how to feel and what to think about certain energies, and I don't know, I don't jive with that. But the card images kind of stand separately to the guidebook, and they tell their own story, which I'm more interested in getting to know, I guess you could say. So I think it's cool. I think it's great, and I'm happy to give it a go. That's pretty good. 6 of Wands. And I like the goddess energy of the major arcana. It's nice, and I don't mind the name changes either. But yeah, there's some cards I just, when I was going through, I really didn't fall in love with. But others are good. So I really like that 3 of Swords, oddly enough. Basically an eye inside anything just makes me happy. So yeah, that was one I haven't been working with it a ton, other than modding it and going. I spent like an hour. There's like an hour-long video of me going through each of the cards. So when it came in, so I have picked it apart a little bit, which is very much an unfair way to start. Sometimes it's nice to just jump in and just like put it into practice and use it before taking a microscope to it. And but why is it just discard? Explain to me. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, but just, yeah, before taking a microscope to it and taking it apart card by card and you know, thought by thought. So I think I just need to, you know, give it some time to chill. You know, it's new. She just got here. Let her ruminate with all of the environment. Get cozy here. Maybe sit on the salt bath for a while. I've got a little bowl of sea salt where I cleanse things when they come in, and just like let her melt. Like, you know how you gotta open a bottle of wine and let the air at it for a little while before you drink it? I feel like that's what this deck needs a little bit. So I'm gonna do that, and then once I start to like give her a good use, I'll let you know. But yeah, that's a new one. It's the Goddess of Love Tarot. I also figured it was probably a good time before it went out of print to pick up the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. Both of these are by Melissa Witherspoon. They're kind of compilation art decks based on the artwork of Odilon Redon. One's a tarot, one's an oracle. The oracle is just the noirs category of his artwork. And then the Lonely Dreamer is kind of the rest of it thrown together, and is a tarot where the other one's an oracle. The guidebook on this is written by Esther Tishman, and that's Mindful Tarot here on TarotTube, which I think is quite fun. I do need desperately to get this a bag though. Box is gorgeous, but you guys know how I feel about keeping decks in boxes, and then the cards kind of slide around underneath the insert, so that's never the best time. But the cards are beautiful. And they're really, again, something right up my alley, so. Oh, the backs. Look at those. If it looks like a rug, you know it's gonna be good. But yeah, it's fun. It's very, again, painterly, very, kind of sparks the intuition, and you can really jump off the colors in them. There's been a little bit of modification to the images to get kind of more of a tarot feel about it. 9 of Swords, for example, so the swords would have been superimposed, among other things. But I think it's really well done. I think it's beautiful. And I haven't had enough experience with this one specifically to say too much about it. But I like it in theory. And I'm looking forward to getting to know it. But yeah. Won't linger on it too long. I feel like this one is going to be a handy one to just like pull out for everyday readings. Maybe the member readings too. Like when I do the sign readings for everybody. That'll be fun. So that's the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. And this is an indie version. In my brain, for some reason I thought that it went mass market at some point, but I could be entirely wrong. It might have just been indie this whole time, and I was just mistaken. But This is the final edition. So this is the last time. They've done 3 versions of it so far, and this is the last one. So if you were ever thinking about it and were just waiting, just keep one's mind open. And this is the Oracle deck, which is gorgeous. I love the foiling on this. It's just so pretty. And this has a very super Oracle feel about it. It's the Oracle door, which I think is really quite neat. The door is French for gold, so you get the like gold in the darkness kind of feel about it, but it's also Eidolon Redon's initials, so very cool. But a beautiful black and white deck. It really gives me super Oracle vibes, just in the kind of subconscious inner juiciness, psychosocial kind of analysis of the self. What is the self? Gives you, you know, the opportunity for shadow work is there. I think that's also a part of it, but you know, you can use it for whatever. You know how that is. Any deck's a shadow work deck, but I've used it more than the tarot, and so far I quite like. And again, there's a full walkthrough and my experience opening her up. There's a whole video of that in the member space too, so we won't linger too long because I feel like I'm repeating myself, and my gosh, do I not like repeating myself. My least favorite thing. Okay. I think you've also seen this, so I won't linger on it too long, but the Seashell Oracle. This one I have been using a lot. It's been out, so it's been a joy and a treat, and I've been pulling a reading with this nearly every day, but I've been using this with it, and I'm finally giving myself the space to like take a break from tarot and learn Lenormand, and I'm having so much fun. It's like a whole different experience because the way Lenormand just naturally reads quite a bit more differently than tarot does. So Lenormand and an Oracle, different. But I do like. I'm still not proficient at Lenormand, absolutely at all. I'm learning slowly, but no pressure to like get it done quickly. Just incorporating little 2, 3, 4 card readings in with kind of regular daily practice, and it's nice. And it's just like really just getting to know the card meanings and trying to erase or like override the tarot brain, especially for some of them, like Wheel of the Sun. Stars as well is one where it's like my brain wants to take tarot meaning and use it, and the Tower as well. But it is slightly different. So I have to kind of figure out how I'm going to integrate the difference of that knowledge. Am I going to find a common ground between the two? Or am I going to, you know, have a different, when I'm reading Lenormand, the sun means this. When I'm reading tarot, it means that kind of thing. It'll be up to me. But it's just been nice. It's been fun. It's been different. It's been new. And this cute little guy is just love. And what I've been using, I've been cross-referencing the meanings in this book, the guidebook that comes with it, which is just like a little meaning, with the meanings in this book. This is the Practical Guide to Lenormand Oracle Cards, and I am noticing though there is slight differences between the meanings in this and the meanings in this in a way that's kind of hard to kind of. And that's the thing about Lenormand. I feel like the card meanings, because they're so specific, they tend to vary based on your source. So I don't know, it's very interesting. But the neat thing about this book is that each of the cards you get, like, so for 4 is house, private life, father figure, prosperity. It gives you the combinations down here. So any of the other cards that you say have pulled with house, say you pulled bouquet with house, it would mean receiving a gift from a father or peaceful private life. And then it kind of gives you opportunity to kind of, you know, jump off of the card mixing combinations there. So that's been kind of fun, and it's just kind of exercising that Lenormand part of my brain to kind of get the message from the day, and having this kind of oracle card to kind of help ground that particular message has been nice also. So Seashell Oracle by, I didn't even tell you who it's by, Broccoli Mag, right, knew this, has been really great. I love it. It's beautiful, and yeah, been enjoying the heck out of it, specifically with the Grand Tableau Lenormand from Los Garbeos. So that's been the vibe around here for like the last 2 weeks pretty much. So cool. So, because that was floating my boat so much, some is good, more is better, right? That's how my brain works. This was released, and I thought, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. It looks so nice. This is gonna be like my grandma deck, you know? And it entirely is. It's the Cosmic Pearl Oracle by Ashley Frost and Lee Showman. And they've got a Fae one coming out soon, which I'm also pumped for. And a few others. There's like a star related one and like a Divine Feminine one, which I don't think the flavor of the Divine Feminine one is my jam, which is too bad because I almost could like it, but I don't think it's going to be for me. Oh, what was that one called? It's got like Mary Magdalene, Sophia vibes about it, but I don't, it's a bit too cosmic for me as well. Even this one does say cosmic. It doesn't feel quite as cosmic. It's more, I don't know. I'll show you. You'll see. It's edged in this beautiful blue. It's matte. I don't know. I think it feels really nice in the hand, but it's so, I don't know. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's girly. It's all of your, it's Aphrodite vibes, really. And it borderline on, it's like almost, it's so close to being not it. it's like this close to being not it, you know? But I feel like it is though. I feel like I do like it. I feel like it fits. I feel like it's cozy, and sometimes it's just what my little like tortured girl heart kind of needs. Just a little bit of love from a friend who gets it. And I think this deck has the feeling of a friend who gets it. And I think from what I've experienced, there isn't too much art overlap with a lot of the other art decks I've got. It's collagey. But I think that is a good measure though. And when you read the guidebook, there's a little bit of that like codes stuff about it. And I'm not super sure I'm super sold on the guidebook and the kind of the cosmicness of it, but I can definitely go around it. I do like the little poem that's on each of the cards. I love the kind of energies and archetypes that the cards kind of represent. I tune out a little bit when we talk too much about there's like a wee bit of starseediness about it, just like a whisper, and I kind of just tune that bit out and apply my particular brand of spirituality to it because the images are so receptive to how I experience that kind of divine feminine, mysterious, watery kind of energy, you know, which I love. Ethereal girl summer. Let your hair down, have fun. Like, it's this close, but I think it's still cool. I think it's still it, you know? Is it almost like not parody, but like, I don't know. I don't know, but I like it, I think is the message here. Yeah, there's our girl on that one, Miss Cersei. But it makes sense that such a thing exists, but I love that it does. I don't know, I think it's alright. So anyway, I won't say too much about it. I've only pulled a couple of cards from it. But like, I can picture me hanging on to this one until I'm in my grandma era. And this is going to be the angel deck that my friend's grandma had version for me when I'm old. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna pull some Cosmic Pearl. We need some girly vibes, and this is what it's gonna be. I love Us All in Your Hair card. Yes. I don't know, I feel like bits of it just sing to me. That one's beautiful. It's a Libra energy card. How nice. But of course, for she rules Libra. So like there's bits. They know. But yeah, there's a bit of Akashic. So like it does touch, but that's not the central focus of the deck. But it's there if you want it, you know? It's so close. And that's a beautiful card too. I do like that one. Yeah. Anywho, Cosmic Pearl Oracle. cute little guy. So yeah, those are my seashell, my current seashell obsession. So that's kind of come in and filled some space, and it's just been fun and nice, and sometimes you just need a hug from your cards, you know? Another guy that's relatively new that I want to talk about ever so briefly, the Symbolic Tarot of Wirth. Osmond. I need to Google what his first name is. Oswald Wirth. And then here's the fellows who were in charge of the guidebook. This deck is cool, and this deck is one I've wanted for a while, and I finally bit the bullet on. And you'll notice, if this seems familiar to you, it's because I'm pretty sure this deck was the inspiration for, not the inspiration for, but a large part of the influence of the way energy moves through the Marielle Tarot. A lot of people say that the Marielle Tarot is kind of like Marseille as well as Thoth and Rider-Waite-Smith. And I believe that when they say it's like the Marseille, I feel like the Marseille that it's embodying the most, that it represents, is this one. Just because of the way it's an order because I've been studying it. But it's the way that the minors mirror the majors is very reflective of how the energy of the minors reflects the majors in the Marielle Tarot, which I guess I can show. It's really beautiful. The cards themselves are very shiny. I don't know if you would officially call this a Marseille deck because of when it came out, when he made it. 1889 was when the majors were made, and then when he did the minors later, it was 1927, I believe. And it does have, it's got the esoteric, so the Hebrew letters are on here, and then there's kind of a recognition of other kind of hermetic tarot feels about it. So it's kind of like a weird hybrid, but it still very much looks like the majors anyway look like a Marseille. So it's a very in between the evolution of tarot kind of deck, which is quite cool. So anyway, there's a bit of it's not like super shiny like the golden Art Nouveau or anything, but it's just nice. It's very pretty. But you'll see down here we've got the Hebrew letter and then the number. We've got the name in French and then our guy with the esoteric symbols are also kind of there, so you can see his hat's kind of swoopy, like our lemniscate. Keys and moons. There's a yin yang on there. Like that's, yeah. I don't know. It's just cool. Our Empress, she looks pretty familiar there. We've got a lily. And the Emperor. You know, the esoteric symbols are, you've got, they're more this highlighted, pronounced a little bit. From like a woodcutty Marseille. Lovers. See, like the Chariot. We've got our Sphinxes, black and white. The star canopy. Like, it's all kind of there. Justice. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Hanged Man. There's a death card, so he's unnamed as well. And then we've got the Hebrew letter. Oh, I also want to say too, Hebrew letters aren't the same as the Golden Dawn associations of the Hebrew letters. They're off by one. So in this case, the Fool starts, well, the Fool gets Shin, which is weird because for me, well, the Fool is Aleph usually, and then we start with Aleph on the Magician, which is fine technically as it's the first letter and it's one, but I like the Fool to be Aleph, and that's just me because I like it when Judgment is Shin. But anyway, it's fine. But that's the way also that the Marielle Tarot does the Hebrew associations when you read the book and kind of put them together. So I feel like this was a big influence on Marie White, especially like, you know, not the Devil card, but the Nine of Pence. Very much like it's, you know, it's there. So anyway, it's a really cool deck. I think it's great. There's a little butterfly on her there. Yeah. 18. But okay, so we get through the majors and then we get to the minors. Look, oh, got our four dudes. On the minors, you can see there's a little nod on the pips back to the major arcana. So for the Ace of Cups here, we've got the Magician's hat because they're both ones. Got the cross keys of the High Priestess on the 2s. The Empress's shield on the 3s. The Emperor's cube on the 4s. There's the Hierophant's staff and hand on the 5. The 6 has the 2 shoes, and then the Lover's, the little angel Cupid fellow's bow there. The Charioteer is right on the 7 with his little crest. Libra's scales on the 8. On the 9, we've got the Hermit's lamp and staff. The 10, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and this fun little snaky Roddy business, which love to see it. There's some more business down there. Very cool. And then even on the court cards, Strength's hat here. So Strength in this deck is 11, which I think, pretty sure the Marielle does also. And this would be number 11, right? The page would be the 11th card in the progression, so that's that. 12 is the Hangman, and on this card the Hangman has 2 moons on his like jacket lapels, so they're there. They are there. They're there. I'm not entirely sure how death shows up in the Queens. If any of you can see it, consider this a little search and find. Please let me know, because I cannot. I don't know. Do not see. But if you can see, she looks like she's pregnant. I don't know. I have thoughts, but I don't have any tangible evidence, and I don't know if it was omitted just because, you know, he's unnamed. He's not like, I don't know, but like it should be here as the death card. So let me know what your thoughts on that one. And then the Temperance, the two water flasks are on his jacket there, and that's kind of mirrored all the way through. So then we get the Ace of Pentacles here, and oh look, his Magician's hat is there. We've also got, is that his full-on hand? Yeah, his hand is right there on that one. Was his hand on the cups? Or was it just the big old cup? I need to look. This is so fun. I love this part of tarot. Just overthinking it. No, it isn't. But I guess, oh, maybe his cup is. Ooh, okay. Well, very cool. So that's the Magician's cup there, literally, because it's the same one. And then on the Pentacles, it's his hand over the pentacle. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna leave him out for a second. And we've got our crossed keys again for the High Priestess. The Empress. Are the lilies also on her? Yeah, there's a lily. And then we've got the lilies on there too. I guess we can check out the Emperor and the little red flower. Neat. Oh, what have I done? There we go. Yep, and the Pope in this case, so yeah, his hand and his staff are still there. Lovers. His 2 shoes, which are different colors based on his tights and kind of that choice aspect of it, right? And then the bow. Oops, nope, I gotta do this right. Chariot. Yeah, so there's that guy there, and then his head. Her scales. I'm also curious about this symbol. I guess that's the pillars a little bit. And then the Hermit, his staff. Oh, and there's a little snaky guy down there too. Ooh, interesting. Very cool. Didn't see that the first go around. I didn't compare them like this first go around. I was still in the like exploring phase. Wheel of Fortune, our little snaky guy, and the spinny whatnot with the like crank on it. So this one's very like Marseille a little bit but it's both. Like it's like the wheel of the Marseille, where it's like a carnival wheel kind of thing. But we also still have our 3 dudes, our Sphinx, Set, and Anubis. Spinning around. Mind you, hold on. I'm looking close. That looks there. That is a Caduceus. But it's not Thoth. It's definitely still Anubis. Very cool. And we've got and this is more of a devil figure as well. And we've got all the colors. Ooh, Sorry, this is really neat. And I'm also kind of slightly obsessed with the borders on these major cards because I feel like in theory there's like words hidden in them. So I don't know. There's probably lots. Oh no, that doesn't go there. What have I done? Anyway, I need to figure out if there's like if there's something written in either some weird language kind of twisted throughout the borders on this. Because it's, yeah, it's quite cool. Anyway, I'm enamored. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. We're back on track. Yeah. Hat. Little lapels. And yeah, this one perplexes me. How's death in there? I need to know. Yep, still a mystery to me. And then temperance, the jugs. Interesting as well that we have this kind of triangle thing down here, which is very much like the triangle would be on the Rider-Waite-Smith temperance, but it's not in this one. And we do have the little solar symbol on the forehead still, which is kind of mirrored in the hat on the king there. Very cool. Yeah, and then we're back to the ones again. Okay, so the devil would be 6. I'm just curious as well. Hold on. Let's look at, just if we numbered it down. Did the numerology, 1 + 5, 6. Does he show up on the 6 anywhere? I don't think so. Or the 5? I don't know. Just in case they included the rest of them. But yeah, I don't know. That's just a fun time. This deck is this is the fun kind of me hanging out with tarot, what my brain does for funsies. And I like it. So yeah, we've got the Magician's hat, cross keys coming in, the wands, the shield, the box, the Hierophant's hand and staff, the shoes and the bow are all worked in nicely. Chariots on there. The Libra scales. Hermit's lamp. The wheel, strength. Interesting though, okay. We've got the wand. The wand on the Page of Wands in this case is like the 1 wand of the ace. And it could also be tying it back to the Magician as well. Hold on. hold on. Yeah, see, like that's that one. So does the Ace of Pentacles. Would have been, it's right here. Page of Pentacles, sorry, was what I'm looking for. I wonder, because he's holding the pen. I wonder if there is a pullback to the Magician with the pages as well. Interesting. I like that idea too. Just like the way it's like tied together in a little bow with the numbers, which is really nice. So yeah, that could be it as well, which I might, hold on, I might be able to solve this Empress problem now. So if that's the Magician also as the page and strength, which is great because the hat's on both of them, which is also perhaps why the hat is on both of them. So 11, 12, so that would make it the High Priestess. Do we have anything tying this guy to the High Priestess? I don't see anything initially, so maybe I got excited for no reason. Could have been. Anyway, I need to sit with this longer. There's the Knight, the Queen would be the Empress. She does, I think, the Queen and the Empresses, they are tied together. They are very similar in their own right, in their own way. But the staffs are different. Her crown's different. The seat's different. The only thing is that they each have, like, they look slightly with child, all of them, I think. So that could be it. I don't necessarily want that to be it, but that could be it. And then the Emperor, or not, the kings would be tied to the Emperor in their own kind of way, which, like, almost but not really. More just with temperance. Anyway, very interesting. Incredibly interesting. This deck is making my brain go in fun places. Yeah, but we got there's a holly and a, it's supposed to be an olive. That one doesn't look very olivey, but I'm going to pretend it's an olive branch there on the ace with what would be odds on the Rider-Waite-Smith. There's our Magician's hat, Lemniscate. Oh, and they follow through on the 2. That's interesting. And the 3. They're all here. Carrying on. Through the whole suit. Maybe. Looks like it. Cool. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna blow through this. Do I make this a whole separate video? Maybe. Or is this just gonna be a really long tarot roundup with more than, oh, look, it's Thor, than you ever expected. This is so interesting. This is just so, yeah, definitely slightly, like, just, is it slightly with child? I don't know. I don't know if that was the intent or not. And then there's the temperance jugs. But then, oh, okay. He's got the moon shoulders, like, hold on. Does Chariot have moon shoulders? Yeah, he does. But his number would be 5. Oh, I don't know. I have many thoughts. Slightly an enigma still. I just need to work it out. It's fine. Yeah, this guy doesn't have moon shoulders. Why does this guy? I don't know, man. I don't know. But if I figure it out, I'll let you know. But that's how I explore weird decks. And I'm gonna leave it in order. As much as I want to shuffle it, because, oh, I do love shuffling these boys. But yeah, I'm just gonna stare at this and try and figure it out. But I am confident with my whole ass that this was part of the inspiration for the structure of the Marielle Tarot. Which I guess I should be a good tuber and just pull out so we can look. I feel like it doesn't really come across in the cards other than, like, when you look at the backs. You can't ignore. You can't ignore that similarity. You really cannot. But I think when it's in the energy of the deck and the vibe of the deck and the way, like, with the aces encompassing the 4 elements on the Magician's table, right? Because they're the 4 fixed signs. That's the Angel of Aquarius on the Ace of Cups. Like, it, which is interesting because it technically should be the air one, and Scorpio, which is our eagle, is on the air one, which should be the water one. But anyway, they're there. And I feel like, I don't know, there's bits. You know, with all the 2s kind of tying back into the High Priestess and that kind of the veil aspect, the decision to be made, the choice, the portal of the 2s is the High Priestess, right? So yeah, Justice is 8 and Strength is 11. Yeah. So just in the structure of this, and especially I find you can see it most in the wand suit, how the energy progresses through it and how it's so much more clear. I really feel like the energy of this deck is very highly based on this particular one. So anyway, that's been a tarot rant, bit of my little thesis on it. I have thoughts. If I was smart, I would have formulated it into a more coherent and its own little individual video, but we're chaos around here. But yeah, that's been the Symbolic Tarot of Wirth, and more information than you ever thought you were going to get on it. So I think I'm going to finish off with something light and fluffy after that little bit of heaviness. I also, in the last little while, got these guys in, which is, again, out of character, but I was in a needing to be held kind of space, and I just wanted to be surrounded by prettiness. So I heard good things from a lot of people that I respect about this one, and I thought, well, it needs a friend. What better friend than the tarot deck created by the person who made it. So I picked up the Moonchild. I never thought I would ever get this deck, but sometimes I'm in a mood. It may be one that doesn't stay with me forever, but it also might be. I don't know. Again, we'll see. I picked her up secondhand, and I thought, like, it's in great condition. I'm pretty sure the person who had it before me never used it, which is fine. But, oh, I think it'll be alright. I've used it a couple times. I like that's a really cool card. Some really do it for me. And I feel like it also, I guess like the whole reason of grabbing it was to go with the Dreamgate Oracle. Which I do like that it came in the tuck box. I'm not sure we needed this, but you know how packaging is. One card always gets stuck in the box. Gotta watch those, but yeah, they like, of course they go. I feel like they were designed in a way to kind of match each other. Whee! And I feel like my feelings towards this are extremely similar to like the Cosmic Pearl Oracle, where it's like, it's close, it's so close. Some days it'll hit, other days I won't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, and that's just gonna depend on how I'm feeling. But gosh, she's pretty, and some days that's just what I want. I don't want deep and crazy, I just want someone to tell me that the Knight of Pentacles is showing up at golden hour, you know, with positive omens. Great central sun, you know, like that. Sometimes I just need that. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Or like, let's see, moon casting, cultivation, dream work, and magic with the Page of Pentacles. And like the way that the orbs kind of, I don't know, they go. Of course they go. I can find meaning and message. It just all depends on if I'm in an emotional space to accept this particular flavor of message. But I think they're fine. Like, I think it's neutral enough that it's not like too jarring for someone who doesn't sit really well in that kind of starseedy space. While also, if you do, you'll still feel. I feel like she rode that middle line really well while making this oracle. I think it'll be good that way. I tried the Work Your Light years ago, and it just wasn't for me. It was too much. And I think same with the Starseed, which again, by its name, I should have known. But you know, we had to try. But both of those I've moved on because they were not it for me. But I feel like this one is just neutral enough and offers that opportunity for like portally diving into the energy of the message on the card in its own little way. I think it has potential, but again, they may not stay. We'll see. We'll see if we'll see. But okay, we got the Nine of Pentacles and Sanctuary. I like those. Let's see. Curate your realm, sacred space, altar, and haven with the Nine of Pentacles. Like, yeah, no, I think it'll be nice. I think I will enjoy. So those were cute and fun little duo that I grabbed. Moonchild secondhand, and the Dreamgate one was new. And I don't know how much time I'm gonna spend with the guidebooks per se. If I'm stumped, if I get a reading and pull some cards, if they don't immediately speak to me, I might go to the guidebook as opposed to relying on it all the time. But again, it's early days. It's too early to tell for them together. I have used the Moonchild in a reading for a friend also, and it read well. It was fun. It was cozy, and I liked it. Like, I feel like just like on its own, like as a tarot, it's great. It makes for a great tarot. No complaints. So I'm happy to give it a good, you know, honest, genuine try. And be open to, you know, and as I'm not a moon worker, I don't do a lot of work with the moon, so it may, in its own like gentle way, bring me a little closer to the moon, but we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, that has been. Are we gonna call that? Are we calling it? Is that the roundup? Have we rounded up everything? Oh gosh, there was even more. But yeah, that's what I feel like it's been a couple months. Couple months? I don't know. Stuff's just been happening. And this is kind of what's weaseled its way in and wanted my attention. And I'm more than happy to give it to these these lovely little dudes. So if you've got any more questions about them, drop them in the comments down below. As I said, if you wanted to see walkthroughs of the ones I mentioned having done walkthroughs of in the member space, check out the behind the scenes area for all that extra content. I do element sign readings every month, so earth signs, air signs, water signs, fire signs each get a month ahead reading every month in the lowest tier of the membership. And then all of the other extra stuff is in the Of the Goddess tier, where I do personal practice videos and extra unboxings and garden tours and whatever else have you. Occasionally I'll even do a Hellenic Oracle masterclass, so it's a fun time. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see all you fine people in my next video. Bye!